Hello, welcome to Furious Tea Break and another episode of Junk in the Trunk. This is the April edition and it's getting on for, well, just gone mid-April, in fact, about the 20th, I believe, today. So we've gone past the yard arm of the middle hump day of April here, and we're back in the garage again with the creaky boot of the Rover P6. Oh, that creak is actually easing out the more we use it. The more episodes we do, the less creaky this gets. If you want the full effect and experience of Junk in the Trunk, then don't forget to get yourself a nice cup of tea, maybe a biscuit of some kind. I would heartily recommend a hobnob with chocolate on it. And yeah, if you want to get the full experience, then don't forget to get yourself a Furious Driving mug, available from furiousdriving.co.uk. Or if you happen to come and see me at any of the events which are coming up over the summertime, the next two which are planned is the Motorists Show on May 28th up in Yorkshire. Check out their website for details of getting a ticket to that. And I'm going to be bringing the 420 Tourer, which I'm pointing at outside the garage, which you can't see, to the Pride of Longbridge show on this very Saturday this week, which I forget the date of, but it's in like 2 or 3 days, depending when you watch it. But I'm not having a stand there, but I will have a few bits and bobs in the boot. So if you want to furnish your kitchen with a Furious Driving mug, grab a Rover based t-shirt or a sticker, then they will hopefully be in the boot, not junk in that trunk. Right, let's crack on and see what the Rover is hiding for us this week. Ah, loving the creak. Now, first of all, this was actually given to me a couple of weeks ago, in fact before the last Junk in the Trunk, and I forgot to show it. I was at Whiteweb's for the Rover Sports Register Icebreaker, and I was given this by my friend Adam, which is, I'm torn off it, a rubber load space mat boot cover, so boot space floor, for a Freelander Mark 1, which I believe has been in his mum's car since it was brand new back in around 2003 or so, and I don't think they either have it or use it anymore. And he said, would that be useful for my Freelander? And the answer was an absolute resounding yes, because I don't want my dogs making a mess of my Freelander. So guess where that's going? I've not put it in the car yet because I've been waiting to show it in Junk in the Trunk, and now it can finally get into the Freelander. Let's see what else we've got. Creak. Now, this was pressed into my hot sweaty mitts by a viewer called Martin up at the NEC during the Resto show. A couple of people did give me bits and bobs during the show for this segment, and it's the first time I've had a chance to actually do anything with them. I've managed to resist looking in this bag and seeing what's inside here. So first of all, it rattles, there's some noisy, metally noises, and there appear to be pencil cases or biscuit tins. They are Jaguar XJ220 little tins, as far as I can tell. Oh, there we go. Yeah, pencil case, I guess you could use that, or oddment tin for bits and pieces. Hang on, what else have we got? Another Jaguar XJ220 oddment tin, nothing in them. If it was sweets in them, they'd been eaten. And finally a 911. I guess his might have actually been sweetie or fudge or something like that. Fudge would go well in here. How cool is that? 911 Blue Corral, Unipart and ACC race teams. Very cool indeed. That's a kind of interesting accoutrement we can have over in the barn. We've got room for it over there. We can display toys and tins and that kind of stuff, and also use it for odds and ends as well. What else do we have lurking in here? Oh, we have a book. Oh, it's a fourth one. Sorry, I didn't see the fourth one. This one is a Golf. What is this? A Mclaren F1 Gtr. Wow, exclusive. Nice. I reckon these were fudge. They smell a bit. Maybe they were. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know what's in them now, but they're here now. We'll find a use for them of some kind. There's a lot of stuff in this bag, so we'll go through. A small book which is the original highway code, and I can see but you can't. The back of this book says it contains facsimiles of the 1930s, 40s and 50s highway codes, including the first one from 1931, when I don't think you even needed to have a driving licence in the 30s. The highway code, stop go. Very cool indeed. And I imagine this is massively different from the current iterations, with the latest ones involving mobile phone usage and self-driving cars. It doesn't mention watching TV in your self-driving car in this edition. I'm fairly certain. I'd go out on a limb and say that's not going to be in there. What else have we got in here? Okay, we've got a couple of green things. Oh, hang on. Aha! This is something I'd actually lost. This is from a different person. This is from Joseph of Lloyd's Vehicle Consulting. This is an wiper stalk for a Rover R8, because the stalk in the Rover R8 Tourer, the 420 GSI, is excessively floppy. Every time I go over a bump, it wipes for me. And I couldn't find this. I've been searching the Crown Vic, I've been searching this. I thought maybe I left it in the barn somewhere. Turns out it was in this carrier bag, which also came back from the thing. So I'll put this up here somewhere safe, and I might even fit that this afternoon. Let's get back to what I was looking for. So a couple of green packets, and they look like press camera. Oh, Motorsport. Ooh, original Motorsport magazine. I used to work with Motorsport magazine actually for a while. 1970 to 1979. What have we got here? 1970s archive collection. Oh, hello. So this is digital archive of motorsport from the 1970s. Wow, there will be some amazing stuff on there. The writing and the photography they research on motorsport is literally second to none. The best names in the business wind up at Motorsport, and they do some wonderful, wonderful stuff. Interactive archive containing all 120 issues published between January 1970 and December 79. That is amazing. What an incredible resource. Yeah, that will find a home on a shelf next to the Mac upstairs. Let's find somewhere to stash that for the minute. And this, also, I assume this is Jaguar related. Oh, it is Jaguar related. I was going to say, I assume it's Motorsport related. This is Jaguar cars related. I'm glad he scratched his address off. Normally I have to do that myself, and it's faff. What we've got here, this is a handbook for something. An Xj6 Daimler Handbook. So someone has had to buy a new handbook for their Xj6. And this is, wow, the full-ish. I love a car handbook. There's so much information in there that no one ever bothers to read, but it's all in there if you take the time to look at it. All information about the computery bits. Those mad, oh, hang on, where's it gone? The extra little panels that you get on an Xj6 with computer panels by the steering wheel. It looked so futuristic when they first came out. Oh, in 6-disc CD changer. Already that's old-fashioned. Wow, that's really cool. What are dreams for, if not to come true? Jaguar cars. Very nice indeed. Lovely. Oh, thanks, Martin. That's brilliant. I'm assuming you haven't got the Jag that goes with it anymore. What else do we have in here? Oh, it's all going to be a floppy, so I'll take this out. Now we have got, oh, okay, this is from Autocar, 72-page pullout on the S-Type. I'm assuming this must be from when it came out, yeah, March 1999. So when the S-Type was a new car, and Autocar did a big pullout. Let's try and get the view on camera there. A big pullout on the thing. So I'm looking at the monitor. I've got clever, and I've now got SnapBridge monitoring the camera over here, so I can see what the camera's seeing for the first time doing this. That's a cool shot. That is a shot we used to do loads in the magazines, where you'd put a rubber sucker on the roof or the back window of the car and then drive dangerously fast and take a picture with the remote release. We used to do it all the time. We don't seem to do it anymore for some reason. Cold weather testing. That's extremes they put cars through. Oh yeah, this is really cool. All about the history of where the S-Type came from. Yeah, they really were having fun with that. So the S-Type 3 litre was 28,300 in 1999, 0 to 60 in 6.9 and top speed of 146 miles an hour. That's some good information actually. 5-speed jet drag gearbox. That's all the kind of stuff you need to be finding for videos. And it's sometimes hard to verify whether the stuff off Wikipedia and the internet is actually accurate. Got some more Jaguar stuff here as well. Ah, S-Type Brochure. I'm guessing Martin was quite keen on perhaps purchasing an S-Type in 1999. Oh, hello, what's this one? Oh, Ford Focus Coupe Cabriolet. This is a car which has disappeared into absolute obscurity. Folding hardtop Ford Focus, designed, or redesigned I should say, by Pininfarina. Wasn't a bad looking car, but it wasn't exciting either, so it kind of vanished a little bit and never really got the kind of market traction it deserved. I remember shooting one against a Peugeot 306 convertible back in the early noughties, and everyone just agreed the Peugeot was just a prettier car, but the Ford was probably better made and certainly creaked less, but it just didn't look and feel as exciting as the rivals. What else have we got? Oh, anyway, Peugeot 306cc, here we go. Literally, talking about the comparison, this is literally the photo shoot we did back on that day. Oh no, sorry, 206cc. Which is not a bad looking little convertible, is it? All things considered. Wow, I wish more cars were brave enough, or manufacturers were brave enough to do that kind of interior. Whoops, oh, the poster fell out. Again, folding hardtop. All the rage 15, 20 years ago. Yeah, check out these seats. There's only one boring option on there, the rest are just exciting and fun. We need more exciting, fun seats these days. More for the brochure pile upstairs. Oh, one more for the brochure pile upstairs. This is, oh, okay. Reims Jeu. History of that amazing circuit, which until this week, in fact, you could just turn up and drive around. Apparently there's a historical society which now holds the keys to it because I got fed up with people being silly there. And it's an amazing place. If you do get the chance to go there, I think you can still walk there, but you can't drive there. You have to go and ask nicely in advance, and they'll go and open the gates for you to go and park your car in for a photo. But yeah, Reims, France, northern France. It's only a couple of hours from Calais. If you get down there, it's definitely worth a look. There's more. This is the gift that keeps on giving. Haha. Adverts for cars from 1972. 1956, Mercedes-Benz 300 SEL Gullwing. And how much are we looking at just here? Doesn't have a price, but I'm guessing it's pretty cheap because it's next to a 67 Aston Martin DB5 Volante and a 67 Ferrari 275 GTB4. This is on just a used car forecourt somewhere. Astonishing. And now that's the deficit of Liberia to buy one of them. Oh wow, Radio Times from, what year is this? 1956. That's pretty old. What was on TV in 1956? The Light Programme. Paul Temple and the Lawrence Affair. A new serial in 8 parts. Wow, this really is a different world. The Male Animal. That's on, that's 8 o'clock. Hello, you old rascal. Meet the Dog's Day. Ah, and you have a car advert. Mobil Gas, double powered. This is the pump with all you need for extra MPG and speed, for keeping engines free from knock, from icing up and vapor lock. Your car will seem to come alive with flying horsepower's extra drive. So yes, Mobil Gas. I do actually have a Mobil Gas mug, which is very nice for a cup of coffee in it. My wife saw it and said, "Oh, is that the Wales mug?" Because she saw the horse and thought it was a dragon. Interesting, fun stuff. Let's put this out to one side and see what else. Thank you, Martin. That was an amazing beginning to the episode. Thank you for all of that stuff. Lots to see in here. Now, what else have we got in the boot? Lovely. Now, this one, that's 2 in fact. I'll get them out one fell swoop. Both came from the NEC. This one is all the way from Scotland. This is, what's this from? Scottish Car Enthusiast, Davey. Was this from you? I can't remember. It was a very busy weekend. This is Western Seat Edinburgh from a Seat. I've had a few Seat. I've had a few on the drive here. So this can go on the wall with, well, this can be under the Scottish contingent of number plates from around the world. So I've got a Northern Ireland one as well. I don't think I've got a Southern Ireland one. Obviously I've got English ones. So yeah, just need a Welsh one now. And this one, a little gift, and I didn't write down who it came from. I always say, make sure you say who you are or write it on the note. Ooh, Florida. So I'm getting sidetracked here. Oh, I've not got a name to say proper thank you to. This was pressed into my hot, sweaty mitts at the NEC. I say it was a frantically busy couple of days. So here we've got VHT 94P, VHT 59R, and Judge 67P. Was that from a GTO? From Saratoga. Oh, that's so cool. From 1992, 2000 and 2002. Awesome. I could legitimately put that on my Crown Vic and pretend it was on its car, because that is a 2002 Crown Vic. Awesome. So that is so cool. A few more for the around the world collection of license plates. If you haven't caught this already and you're new to this segment, my grand plan is to get a number plate from every country in the world, and the big places like America and Australia get one from every single state. I started doing it over here in this garage, but then we moved into the barn, and now I've got to not start all over again, but you know, I've got to double up in certain places. And this is quite cool because I can do a Florida plate here in the home garage, and we can double up to the barn as well. But we're trying to get a license plate or a number plate from every place on the planet, which is a big ask, I know, but we'll do it in time, I'm sure. But thank you, whoever you are, as they say. Now, this is interesting because I wasn't quite sure what a Florida plate looked like before. I've never Googled it, but it has actually got a picture of Florida itself. Oh, I'll show you them in order. That's 2002, which I might hide in the Crown Vic just for giggles. This is the 2001, and this is 1992, so it's really only the colours that change. The picture remains the same. That is interesting. If that was you, send that in. Do please leave a comment to say, hey, that was me. We spoke at the NEC and you forgot my name. That was very rude. You're a bad person, and I'll say sorry. Right, next, what have we got? Okay, we've got a squishy packet. Return address is from China, so let's see if we can get into this without breaking anything. Okay, some kind of jacket I'm looking. Oh, it says US. This is to go with the Crown Vic, isn't it? Oh, how cool is that? A DEA jacket to go with the Crown Vic. That is definitely living in the back of the Crown Vic. Now, I think I know who this is from. There's no note in it, but I think I know who this is from because you emailed to say it arrived. I think this was Frank, wasn't it? So thank you, Frank. That is absolutely hilarious. And that says US Drug Enforcement Administration Special Agent on there. I should get a variety of these. Get the DEA, get FBI. Right, there we go. Perfect. And now I can pretend I'm in the DEA when I'm hooning around in the Crown Vic. Excellent. I'm pretty sure this is from Frank because he did say there was a package that was on its way. If it wasn't from Frank and you're one of the other people who said there was a package on the way, I apologise, but a couple of people did email to say stuff was coming, and I'm hoping this is the one I think it was. So this is really cool and fun. Thank you very much indeed. I love this kind of nonsense. I just need to go and get an FBI one as well to match. This is certainly better than any kind of Wish t-shirts. What else have we got in here? We have an envelope which says, okay, this is actually a letter from Cataclean, a company which you may have heard of who do kind of internal engine cleaning stuff. They treated their Crown Vic when it arrived in the UK and reduced emissions by 60%. Wow, okay. Because a lot of times ex-police cars are sat idling. Well, mine, incredibly, wasn't against all odds. It was a take-home car. So it spent a lot of its time not idling. It was just used as a detective machine. However, they have got their own Crown Vic. How cool is that? I mean, I love a Crown Vic in any guise, but that is really quite fun, isn't it? The Cataclean Emissions Patrol to protect and serve or something. Oh, I'll have to give them a call. If they reckon they can get 60% emissions down on their car. I mean, my car, bizarrely, isn't measured for emissions. Well, it's an import. It's a weird loophole with them. I'll have to go and give them a call, though. See if they can make my car any better. It's already pretty decent, but, you know, you never know. Well, that's all excellent. Lots of fun stuff there, especially the DEA jacket. I'm going to go down to McDonald's and bust some heads later on. Or maybe buy some McNuggets. I don't know, one of the two. Right, next, let's see what else is here in the trunk. Now, this one, not packaged again. Also, I think this is from the same Martin. Or was it a different Martin? Another Martin gave me this from Spain, but it's not from a Spanish car, not from a Seat again. It's from a 1972 MGB V8. But this is, yes, official EU badged Spanish registration. I don't know when this would have been. This must have been, I guess, within the last 10 to 15 years, I would imagine. Oh yes, there's a date, 26th of June 2008 this plate was made, but for a 1972 MGB no less. So here we have a Spain plate. So as well as all of the many different states around America and Australia, there are of course lots of countries all across Europe, and we need to fill in those gaps as well. We've got Portugal already, we didn't have Spain, so now we've got the both of those. So thank you, Martin, for that one. We are filling in our spots on the map. That's what I need to go and do. I need to go and get a global map, and I can colour in the different countries as I get them on the wall. That'll be a fun little pastime. So what else do we have in it? This does feel, looking at the envelopes, like it's going to be a lot of number plates from here on in. And this one is from Nazareth, PA, in the US of A. And I have to say, I'm a big fan of these US Postal Service envelopes, and I'm going to save these and use them myself around the world. Now, PA is, of course, Pennsylvania. Now, I didn't see a note in this one. And you can see this has been on the front of it or back of a car, because it's got a little bit of a clonk and a twang. I like a bit of a clonk and a twang on a number plate. It shows it's driven some miles. This is, I'm guessing, relatively recent as well, because it's the lighter kind of metal, and it's also got the website address on the bottom of it. Quite a plain number plate style for Pennsylvania. So a lot of the states go for some quite intricate and well, Florida here, you can see that it's got a picture of the state in the background. Other states have all got all kinds of stuff, but this is relatively restrained on Pennsylvania's part, so thank you very much indeed for that one. So is there a name on this? Yes, William Cisco Will, thank you very much indeed. That is absolutely fantastic, all the way from across the Atlantic to my barn wall. That is an awesome bit of ephemera. We're loving this. Now this one is another, like I say, there's another 3 envelopes, and they all feel like the number plates, which is good news as far as my wall is concerned. Now this one has come all the way from Canada. Now, I don't think we've had much from Canada in the past, so a lot from Australia and a lot from America. Okay, so Canada, and specifically Quebec. And being the Anglo-French speaking part of the nation, we've got the little slogan at the bottom, Je me souviens, which I don't know what that means. My French isn't that good. But yeah, I've not had a Quebecan or Canadian. I don't get any Canadian plates anywhere on the wall yet, so this is a first. In fact, there is a second in here as well, though, because I can see what looks like another. Ontario, yours to discover. Why am I making excited noises about an Ontario number plate? Do you know what they make in Ontario? Well, made until September 2011. Ford Crown Victorias. Ford's Ontario plant is where all the Panther platforms flew out of. So an Ontario plate is a big deal in this house. So thank you. Who's this from? What's the name on this? This is from Bruno Hash. Thank you so much, Bruno. This is absolutely magnificent. Now I'm torn now whether to stick this on the wall or tuck it up inside the car somewhere. Maybe on the silver one I shot a little while ago, it got the Ontario plate tucked up inside the skeleton of the boots. Whenever you open the trunk lid, you can see the Ontario-ness of it. And so many comments asking why it was there, even though I mentioned it in the film. But yeah, that would be really cool to have. Thank you so much. So Florida, Spain, Scotland, Pennsylvania, and now Quebec and Ontario. We are flying in from around the world. This is so good. Thanks everyone. Oh, there's more stuff in here. There is additionally Canadian tyre vouchers. If I ever go to Canada, I can get, hang on, 50, 60, I can get 90 cents off a tyre if I go to Canada from Canadian Tyre. I can go and see this gentleman in his rather interesting hat and beautiful moustache. Cash bonus. Canadian Tyre Corporation Limited. I'll hold it safe in case I ever go there and I get a flat on my rental car. You never know, it could come in handy. Now, what else was in the envelope? There were 2 other things in the envelope. First of all, there was a 2012 Passat brochure. Now, I love a car brochure, as you know. And this is interesting because the Passat is a car we got over all across Europe and the world. But I was wondering what is the difference between a British or European and Canadian Passat. I'm going to say the 2 things that strike me first of all are the addition of an automatic gearbox in 2012, because in a European car manual would have been the way forward. Oh, there's a lot of timber in this car. This is a very high spec car. Same, I'm looking at these kind of ridges on the leather. That same style we got over here. But I think the big difference is actually in those headlights, because you've got the turn signals and the side markers built into those headlights, which we wouldn't have had quite so much of. Interesting times. Oh, a lovely opera red metallic as well, which is a colour I'm not sure I've seen on a UK or European spec Passat as well. Interesting differences, but the same as over here. Well, let's say the same. You've got two silvers. You've got two silvers and various creams. We basically had lots of shades of grey. So that's interesting. The other thing that's in that envelope is Dodge Canada. It doesn't say the year, but I'm guessing it's within the last 10 years. This is the Dodge family on the front. Unfolds to reveal taking the road less tame. And we have got in here a bit of a flippy outy thing. That's interesting. I'm going to say this is about 2012 as well, but it's interesting how it's quite a wide range of cars. You've got the sports cars, a saloon, the coupe-ish type saloon, and only, well, one big and one fairly big SUV and an MPV. It's quite a well-rounded range, with the modern range just being nothing but SUVs. So that's an interesting cultural shift. And we've got this big one. Let's look at accessories. That's what we want to look at. Oh. Roof box, exciting. Tow bar, yeah. Remote start, that's quite fun. But look at the bonnet there. What do you call them? Bonnet pins, hood pins on your sports car versions. That is such a throwback. So unnecessary. Probably produces more drag and slows the car down, if anything. Well, that's kind of cool. Oh, I'm liking that. You know I love a car brochure. I need to go and archive this. I'll put it all alphabetical at some point. I need to go and get around to doing that. Right. Let's see what else is hiding in the trunk. Now, next up, this has come all the way from Australia, and check out these stamps. My son got given, just checking on the monitor, my son got given a stamp collecting book on holiday, and he's starting to collect and get a bit excited when they're a bit interesting. He likes birds as well. So yeah, we've got a lot of interesting birds on here. Squatter pigeon, superb fruit dove. What a great name for a bird. That's superb, not just an average, but superb fruit dove. Anyway, let's get into this without, again, showing any addresses. So this has come all the way from Australia. This has crossed half the planet to be here, and this is from Western Australia, because this is from Gary. Hello Gary, thank you for doing this. I really do appreciate it. It took a while to get here as well. Yeah, the mail is not the fastest around the planet. I'm guessing this might be from 12/09/06, and maybe from autumn 2006. And he did ask if I got a Western Australian plate on the wall. The Australians are in the corner of this garage, not made the move over to the barn yet. As promised, eventually a Western Australia plate for the wall. Regards, Gary. And this was posted back in February, so it's taken about a month to get here. But no, I really do appreciate that. Again, it's got some kerfuffleage on the front where it's been involved in car stuff, showing this has seen the world. Has this been out into the outback? Has this driven across deserts and who knows what else? So yeah, thank you Gary, I really do appreciate that. That is an awesome extra bit of the collection. Again, I need to go and sort out that tick off thing of the world so I know what I've got here around the garage. I'm going to put a little magnet on that so it doesn't fall off. Quite a nice little collection there. What else have we got lurking here in the trunk? Oh, only one more, the last one of this week, and this is, again, trying not to show any addresses. This has come from Brunswick, Ohio, from a gentleman called Drennan. Hello, Drennan. This is another person who said it was stuff was coming in the post, and I needed to be excited, and I am excited because, oh my word, these are Ohio plates. How cool is that? Because as you know, if you follow the main Furious Driving channel, my Crown Vic, that came from a town called Beechwood in Ohio, so it's lived its entire life in Ohio until coming here to these shores just a few short months ago. So we have got, I'm guessing this is the older style because it's much heavier, thicker metal, and also a different pattern, that kind of gradient from the white down to the yellow. Cuyahoga County. birthplace of aviation. This one is 2008 Mercury Grand Marquis LS Black on Black was the car that wore this plate. Oh, that's so cool. Ohio Cops. I need to Google Ohio Cops. Is this some kind of road safety thing? It's Concerns of Police Survivors, which sounds a bit like people who survived the police, but I'm sure it's not anything as nefarious as that. I'm sure it's something far more innocent. There's a letter with this. Let's read that. Hi Matt, hope all is well for you and everyone around you, and hope all is well for you watching as well. Apologies for the delay in sending, not a problem. Anywho, about the license plates, one of which is an old Ohio plate, which I'm going to say is this one here, and would be period correct for my Crown Victoria. This one, CQW 6027, would have been on most of the style, would have been on most Ohio vehicles from the mid-90s to the early noughties. Okay, that's interesting. And also is the correct county of Cuyahoga County. Is that where Beechwood is then? Okay, well, that's cool. So this one definitely needs to go and live in the Crown Vic at some point. That's really, really cool. That can pop just there for a second. Sorry for the writing on the back of it, the second plate. This is a newer one. This is, as it says on the back, from a 2008 Mercury Grand Marquis and also from a 2009 Ford CVPI. Oh, fantastic. Hope you get some good use out of them. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think, again, as with the Ontario one, I'm torn as to whether to put this on the wall or make some kind of board to put in the car when I'm going off to shows and things, because that's really cool. Now he goes on to say, there's nothing like owning a Panther platform. It is the last great body-on-frame that Ford and America ever built, and many people wish they built them today. I think it's probably the last in the world, actually. I can't think of any other body-on-frame saloon cars. I mean, trucks and some of the chunkier SUVs maybe, but not actual cars. 4.6 modular V8 is one of the best and longest-lasting engines Ford ever made. Yep, that is. And the 4R70 transmission, also good, provided you keep the transmission fluids changed. And I'm told there's a really good guy, someone in Birmingham, who's like specialises in these things. I need to go and visit him fairly soon. And they have a few different rear axle ratios, with the standard being the 327:1 open diff, and I've got 327 with a locker, which is the X5 code on my car. So it's track lock, limited slip diff on a 327. I think that's what it is. Anyway, thank you so much. That is really kind of you to send that in, and the same goes to everyone else who sent anything in this week. That is everything that's in the trunk of the car this time. And there is one more thing. Let's throw to the outside broadcast quickly. Thanks, Matt in the garage. Here we are in the barn, looking very quickly at this item which came from Jason. He's the guy who actually owns the Ford Puma we reviewed a few months ago. I might even be bothered to stick a link up here, or possibly up there. I forget which way around this goes. But he has very kindly given me a thing that was clogging up his garage for many years, which is a pair of genuine original Rover roof bars for the 400 and 600 series. I'm not sure if they've ever been used or not, but they are completely complete with keys, with instructions, all the bits and pieces. Still looking mightily fine. I'm looking at instructions. I can't quite figure out how they go on, but you know, I'll work this out at a later date. But this is an awesome accessory for a tourer like this. So very, very exciting times indeed. Much excitement here in the garage, the barn even, to be looking at these things. How good is that? I mean, if you've got a tourer or an estate, you do need the full Wagon Life accessory pack, don't you? And that is very much the full Wagon Life accessory pack. So enormous thank you to Jason for that. That is astonishingly good. Thank you very much indeed. Genuine, still with the Rover accessory manual, still in the Rover box. That is properly exciting, Rover branded and everything. Love it. Because I'm going to have to keep the box as well, aren't I? But lucky I've got a barn. But intriguingly, the bottom pads of the rubber bits are different on the two different bars. So it does say the different fitting for 400 and 600. However, it does also show under the 400 only instructions, fitment onto a coupe, which is exciting and weird. So I wonder if these will fit on the coupe as well. It also shows there should be some little indicator mark along this roof rail as to where to put them, and this doesn't seem to have them. So I wonder if the Tourer has a different fitting system to the saloon. Interesting stuff. But I am very amused by the fact it's got a picture of a Rover 400 and Rover's own publication has it as a coupe. Yeah, so sticking it on the 400 and 600, add that bit of metal inside there. Look for the little notchy bit just there, which I can't find. Oh, maybe it's in the door shut. Maybe it's not. I'll investigate this some more. It'd be rather cool to have them on the coupe as well, wouldn't it? And that there is another fantastic addition for the Rover, if I can make it fit. So thanks again for watching. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, then please do one, other, or indeed both. I'm trying to get the watch hours and numbers of likes and subscriptions up on this channel so that YouTube think it's a good thing that's worth them promoting to other people. If you've watched anything on the channel, then thank you very much indeed. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will be putting more random content out in the near future when I get time to do it. If you have anything to send in to the next one, then please do send it in to Furious Driving, PO Box 477, Aylesford, Kent, ME69LE, and that is here in the UK. Please do fire it over and we will enjoy it on camera together, and one of these days I'll get around to sticking all this stuff on Twitter. Right, thanks for watching and I'll see you again next time.